Hey everybody, it's Jasmine from Paint the Green. Thanks for joining us. This is your October mini maker box, and we are going to get ready for November, and we're gonna make this cute, adorable little turkey. So we're gonna start off with the background. If you are just joining us, you have everything you need. The makeup sponges are how we're gonna use to paint everything. We don't use paintbrushes. We find it a lot easier to use the makeup sponges, but you could use paintbrushes if you have. If you have paintbrushes, just always know when you're painting, especially wood tops, you wanna use very little paint at a time so it doesn't glue and ooze, and then you don't want to wet the wood too much because then what it'll do, sometimes it'll start to like lift. So you want to be really careful, and then a little paint at a time to also help it dry faster as well. So we're going to move all the 3D pieces from the top, kind of move them off to the side. Get your turkey on there, and your eyeballs come out, so kind of keep that all together there. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with painting the background of the board white. If you have any other colors that you like from the past boxes, or if you have little bottles and you want a different color background, you could do that too. But I just added extra white just because it helps give it a nice contrast with the background. We're going to be using the baby wipe, so make sure you just take your baby wipe, kind of take it into your hands, dip it into your white. You'll have them, I just used my palette, but you'll have them in little bags. You can open those bags and squeeze them onto a paper plate. Dip that in there, and then you're just gonna rub into the wood. Not too hard, but not too much. If it does ooze a little bit, what you're gonna do is just kind of spread it with the baby wipe, okay? Move that out of the way. Make sure it's nice and straight. Okay. Oh, wow. Thanks for the light.
Yeah.
Okay. And we are going to give this 2 coats, so try not to get too much on the first coat. Just let it dry. Even if it doesn't cover everything, that's okay. Give it a nice clear layer. And then we're gonna let that dry off to the side. Okay, so you can see on the first coat, it hasn't covered everything, which is totally fine. We're just gonna let it dry, and then we'll kind of come back to it and give it a second coat. Okay, so as we move that out of the way, now we're gonna start with the turkey. The turkey comes in different pieces, right? So I always like to kind of organize everything the way it's supposed to be, just to make it easier on me. Which way did this go? Oh boy, I think I've lost my, hang on, let's see. So these pieces can be not tricky, just nope. There we go. Yep. Oh god, I did it again. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at that picture. Bella, I need your help. Wait. I don't remember how it goes. Oh, gotcha. Okay.
These might be switched.
No. No, you're right that first time. Perfect. Thank you, ma'am. And this, that's not right. No, these are switched. There we go. Okay, so you won't have that problem because you will have the picture that I sent you of this. Okay, perfect. So Just keep them in order so you don't get confused. We start off with the turkey. Turkey's brown, middle of the turkey. Take a little bit of brown, dip the flatter part of the sponge in there, and then just slide. Slide back and forth. Because the turkey's body is kind of round and wide, you can just slowly slide. Try not to have a lot of paint on at the time onto the sponge. Just carefully slide it on there until you get good coverage. And then remember, we're doing 2 coats of everything. So once it's nice and dry, then we'll go back and give it a second coat. So try to make sure that you don't also go over the edges. You want to stay right on the surface as well. Move that off to the side. I think we're gonna do orange, yellow, red, orange. Orange, yellow, red, orange. Okay, new sponge for every color. Dip it into your paint, blot it off. Because these pieces are bigger, you can slide. If you have smaller, or when we get to the smaller pieces, I'll show you. You don't want to slide, because if you end up having too much paint on your sponge, it'll ooze, and you don't want it to ooze. So if you do get too much sponge on it, you can always like flip the sponge or make it over, send it over to the side. Just be careful, you'll get paint on your hands, which is fine. It does all wash off. So yellow, right? Yes, yellow. Do yellow on this one. Remember, we're doing 2 coats of everything so that it gives it a nice coverage. If you ever had, well, anything painted, less is more, less is best, and less is more. And then you can do several coats because A, it helps it dry faster. And then it also makes sure that, you know, you're not oozing. And then it'll be messy. And I do prefer the sponges because the sponges won't leave streaks. Paint brushes, if you use a lot of paint, because typically with paint brushes, it'll like really soak up a lot of those, the paint. So what happens is it ends up oozing. So his little nose or beak, we're gonna paint orange. So you see how it's a small piece? We're just gonna hop up and down. His little goblet, I don't know what you call this thing. We're gonna paint red. And then his feet, we're gonna paint yellow. So just hop, hop, hop up and down. It's a very easy paint just to get that first coat on there. And if I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video if you like watching the videos while you're painting. Feel free just to pause it because I just don't want this video to be super long. The inside of the eyes that go inside the turkey, we're gonna paint white. So just dab on that white. And remember, we're doing 2 coats of everything. So once, teeny tiny little paint at a time. You'll probably have a lot of paint left over. Bless you.
Thank you.
But the little eyeballs that have the dot in the middle, that will be black. So you do have a like literally a squirt of the black paint. Oopsies. Don't lose your eyeball. Oh my, bless you. Okay, so now we're ready for our second coat. Move everything now that we know where everything goes and what everything looks like. We're gonna go back to where we started from, right from the beginning, and do everything all over again. See, by now it's all nice and dry. You use the baby wipe, dip it into the white. And then this time you'll see it gives it, it covers it a lot better. Just try to stay away from all your other colors. Now, if you want to throw a couple colors on here and you feel like you're going to have a lot of paint left over, go for it. This is your project. You can make it whatever you want, whatever colors you want it to be. Okay, perfect. And then we're just going to let that dry off to the side. All right, starting back with the brown. You can see it's nice and dry. If it's not dry, once you start to kind of move it around, if you see a little bit of shine, then that means it's not ready. And then just wait a little bit, go get a snack. Cute, 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 cute. Okay, that's done. Start with the orange items. Dab on there. Remember, the bigger pieces you can slide on really nicely. Smaller pieces, you're going to want to hop, hop like a bunny and just try to stay right there on the surface. Oh, one more orange. And you want to name your pumpkin, your turkey. Make sure you name your turkey because he's so cute. I try to find a really cute turkey. What's here?
Nothing.
Oh. But feel free to do this, you know, like after Halloween. You probably will get this before Halloween, but feel free to do this after Halloween. And then you have it all designed and decorated, ready for Thanksgiving. Cute. Okay, and then a red. I probably went out of order. That's okay. As long as it's dry, it doesn't matter what order you go in. Oh, one more. Create the little goblet. Smaller pieces, hop, hop, hop. Perfect. All right. What's last? Oh, the white. It's my sponge for the white. There it is. It's hidden. Yeah, once you're doing that second coat, make sure you leave a teeny tiny little bit amount for your white eyeballs or the back of your eyeballs. And then the black. And most likely there's a lot of paint still in the sponge because what happens, the sponge soaks up the paint. So while you're doing that, okay, so we're gonna let everything dry. You also have, if you wanna go take this time to wash your hands, you have your glue and your string that we will be working on next after all of this is nice and dry. Did I do this a second? I don't think I did my feet a second coat. Okay. There we go. There we go. And kind of give everything, you know, look at everything from different angles, all your different pieces, just to make sure that you have everything the way you like it. Because once it's glued, it's hard to go back to repaint things because then you could get, you know, different color paints where you don't want certain paints. If you want to do a third coat, which sometimes it needs it, feel free if you have enough paint, which you should. If you ever don't have enough paint, please let me know. Okay, so just giving everything one last coat before the red's good. Okay, put this aside, let that dry. All right, I'm gonna let mine dry. I'm gonna wash my hands. Okay. All right, so once everything's dry, what you're gonna do is kind of, because the turkey and his pieces are, huh? Yeah, without my face, no face. Just hands. Kind of just set up everything the way it's supposed to go, you feel free to look at the picture that I sent you so that you know where everything goes. I've already messed up. Oh, here, red. For sure, red. Yes. Okay. And then yellow. Oh, the colors help. Yes, yeah.
When I'm waiting for it to dry and weed.
Yes, that would be amazing if you could help me weed. That would be, thank you. Okay, so everything's there. The eyeballs. The eyeballs do go in a specific place. So it's like a puzzle. So if it doesn't fit in one eyeball, move it to the other eyeball. There we go. Perfect. And then this goes on top of here, and these go here. Okay, we'll fix the eyeball so it doesn't look funky. And you can make him look anywhere you want. You can make him look, you know, cross-eyed, or maybe looking up, or maybe funny. Maybe he's a funny turkey. Or you can make his eyeballs the same like that, whichever one. But I think he's super cute. Okay, so whenever you have the glue, what you're gonna do, it is a super glue. So, and if it gets on your fingers, you will kind of want to wash your hands sometimes. It'll be a little sticky, but you'll be okay, I promise. But if it's a little too much, ask for help before you start to glue. Eyeball the center of where everything goes, and I would just start from the top. I'm gonna do the top, the orange piece first, and then I'm gonna work my way down from the bottom. So just give it just a few dots, not a lot. You don't need to spread glue everywhere. And then just sit it. You can tap it a little bit if you want to, but for now, just set it down where it belongs. Okay, the eyeballs will move out of the way for now. And then I'm gonna work on the main turkey first, because then everything from there basically falls into place from the turkey himself, okay? So just a few dots, and take your time, because this glue is not very forgiving, so it'll let you move it around for a few seconds, but then once it's set, right? So lift. You have it where you want it to go, lift it, glue it, and place it right back where you have it. Oopsie, ow, I got my finger caught with some of the glue. Just fine, just kind of peel it off. You will not peel off skin, I promise. Just peel it off immediately. It'll grow back. This glue gets on my hands almost every day. Well, every weekend.
Not dead yet.
I'm not dead yet. Yeah. You know what? It's probably best to do a couple dots inside the eyeballs, so then when you have this where you want it to go, it'll fall right into place and you don't even have to worry about it. Boom, perfect. Okay, cuteness. All right, I'm gonna do his feet. Just a few dots on his feet. Oh, yeah, I don't know, the glue is a little weird. So how do I want his eyeballs to be? I'm gonna make him look that way, because that's cute. Cute little turkey. So you guys know that these projects are exclusive to you. These projects are not available for anybody else to purchase or to buy already made. And then I take my design here, this one, I take this actual one and I put it in the studio so then people know it's part of our mini maker box and to join. So you guys get exclusive projects, and he is simply the cutest. Now kind of leave him flat for a little bit to hold the string on. Just flip him around. You're gonna take your string is already cut for you. And then what I always like to do is I always like to take the two ends of the string and put them through the front of the board, and then kind of meet them in the back to where they are connected. And then I'm just gonna do a knot. If you need help, ask for help. Do a knot, tighten that up, and then pull from the front. So then, make sure all my pieces are done and set. There you go. And then you can hang your little turkey. Here, go this way. Isn't he cute? We'll see you next time, guys. Thanks for watching.